So on our AGV Sport blog site, we wrote an article about different ways to mount a GoPro camera on a motorcycle helmet, and it has been one of the most viewed videos, one of the most viewed blogs. So we thought we would do a video to accompany it. So there's actually a visual representation of how to do it. I'll have Dennis do most of the video because he has a motorcycle tour company and has a lot of experience using GoPros. I use them much less frequently than Dennis does, so he has a lot more experience. The main considerations would be whether you're doing it for road or off-road, or whether you're doing it for a full-length YouTube video or for the short vertical style, like for Instagram and TikTok, Instagram Reels, Facebook Reels kind of thing. So I will let Dennis take it from here.
Yeah, so we use a GoPro every day in our tours, and I really prefer to use that kind of position from the right side. So the main reason that it's like safety tips. So you can go at somewhere in the middle of the jungles and you would not be hit by the tree. So the second position is right here. It's very dangerous to ride.
Let me interrupt you. So the right side only because you're right-handed. If you were left-handed, you'd do it the left side, correct?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. For example, you can use it here from the left side also, and it would be better to do some movements during the ride. For example, you just continue keep on the gas.
So either left or right.
Yeah.
The important thing is not to, for off-road, not to have it on top.
Yeah. So I prefer from the right side, so I can easy to do some movements by my right hand. So the second reason why I use the GoPro from the side, it's vertical standards of the GoPro video, so I can easily to download it to my phone, and after that to put it in Instagram for reels or for stories and so on. It's like typically Instagram position. So if you are talking about some movies like we did for Tibet, so for sure in Tibet there is no any jungle, right? And we used that kind of position for a GoPro. But you have to be sure that that kind of position for a GoPro has a speed limit. So if you are going to ride more than 100 kilometers per hour, it will be not really comfortable and safe for you.
Yeah, of course, the lower the mount, the lesser. Like this kind of mount would be less than a high mount, like this. So talk to them a little bit about because a lot of people aren't aware that these bases actually come in flat and in pre-curve. Maybe show them.
Yeah, so there is a curve mount, and it's really helpful to stick it at your helmet, so it fits really great. And you have to use just a lot of extra stuff like that to put at a different position of your helmet just for a test drive, and you can choose whatever you want. Also, we use a body camera here, but you have to be sure that it's not limit, so there are no any limits when you are making a film and riding. For example, when you're doing some stunt riding, it can hit your motorcycle at different position when you're doing some stunts and so on. So you can put it
You don't
here.
want it to hit the helmet.
Yeah. So you can make some adjustment here, choose the best position when you ride, when you're connecting with the motorcycles, and just to be sure that there is no any limits.
The interesting position of the chest mount as opposed to mounting on the helmet is the helmet will show the view of where you're riding. But the chest mount is like, I like the chest mount when I ride in Bangkok, Thailand, because it shows the handlebars, the mirrors, the instruments. You can actually read the speedometer. You see the traffic. And so you really get the sense like a video game, like you're the actual rider when
Yeah.
it's on that
Yeah, but
position.
you have to keep your body position like more straight,
Yes.
because if you go down, you will see only your fuel tank.
Yeah.
that's a problem. So just
Yeah,
you have to keep in your mind.
Yeah, for road racing track days, anything where you tuck in, it doesn't work. But for like a naked bike, riding on the street where you're in an upright position, especially in traffic, it's very interesting to use that. So for sound, GoPro sells these things. Not everybody uses sound, but they have mounts that go on the chin bar. I prefer not to use them for exactly the reason I just said. When you're doing, if you're riding a sport bike or a track day or road racing, as soon as you tuck in, the camera's hitting the tank, the triple clamp, it's filming the inside of the fairing bubble. It's awkward. This position to me would be fine for upright or for off-road. It would probably be ideal for someone that is doing upright touring on the street, because you could mount this microphone adapter, mount the camera here, and all you'd have to do is run the microphone right to the inside of the helmet, and it would be very convenient. But it all depends on the use. So you have to figure out, what are you doing? Are you going to add music? Are you going to be talking? Are you going to be doing off-road? Are you going to be doing road? Are you ever going to tuck in? Are you ever going to be leaning over? Are you going to be riding upright? Do you need vertical or horizontal format? If you just answer these, 5 or 6 different points, you'll know exactly where you have to mount the camera. And it's not too difficult to figure out. I would highly recommend, though, that you buy the curved pieces, because these cameras are quite expensive, and as strong as the adhesive is, the flat base on a curved helmet shell will never have the same adhesion as the curved base. You basically have to chip the things off sometimes when the adhesive is so strong. So there's your options. Chin bar, top of the helmet, side of the helmet, vertical or horizontal, microphone or no microphone. Figure out the kind of riding you're doing, the kind of video you want, and that's the answer. We will put the links and the information of the details in the blog article below, and I'll also throw in some links of the different accessories and components to make this all work. Having different length adjustments, linkages, pivots, swivels, they're very inexpensive. It's very handy because different motorcycles have different equipment accessories on them, and there's nothing worse than you have your camera all set up and you don't have an extension long enough, and you have something, a mobile phone holder or a mirror or something blocking the view. And I like to put the cameras on also facing in reverse to film out the back too. So the accessories are relatively inexpensive, so it's a good investment just to buy a handful of miscellaneous GoPro accessories, and they'll be listed below the video.